Hey guys, welcome back to It's Just Complicated. It's been a while, but we're just getting things on the road, on the show on the road. What's the
The
mm-hmm.
show on the road.
We're
We're
getting
here now, getting the show on the road.
yeah, we're
Took us
doing
a
our
while to get here.
yeah, we're doing our thing, but you know what I mean? It's kind of like the mom talk, like the Mormon wives, the ones that they have a show out and everything. It's just like when you have more than one person in a group that's like delivering to an audience, it gets a little complicated.
Yes, agreed. Yeah, a podcast of 4 was hard. A podcast of 3 is hard. Podcast of 2 is hard.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
podcast of 1 is boring. So
yeah.
I gotta give someone here.
Well,
Just
no,
kidding.
that's true. I mean, sometimes you just kind of like it becomes everything very one-sided, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
opinion based.
And you would have to, and sometimes it's not boring, but then you have to have a lot of knowledge and background to deliver facts and not just opinions, because if it's just opinions, like people don't want to sit here and just listen to your opinions the whole time,
Facts.
because you could do that on your stories or something.
Yeah, I went to a networking event this Tuesday and they were talking about podcasts and I'm like, "Oh guys, question, what do you guys think of structure in a podcast?" Cuz I love structure in a podcast. And they
Mhm.
were like, "Well, structure's cool if it's like one person, but like if there's two, it's kind of hard to have structure and et cetera, et cetera." And that's when I realized that I love a specific podcast that has structure because it's one person, and the reason she has structure is so that it's not so opinionated. So she's
Right.
like, first, I'm going to give a little bit of my opinion. Then we're going to do this deep dive about the topic. And
Yeah.
then I'm going to do like a fun game. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I love it. And
We
she's not
kind of were
doing
like,
her podcast.
we were kind of like that in the beginning where we
We
were
try to
like,
be. That was
yeah,
hard.
that was hard because I mean, you have to have a lot of knowledge to like deliver
Back that up.
because if you go into a podcast with just like one piece of knowledge on or a fact about the topic, it's kind of like okay,
Right.
that's it.
That's why having guests with their own expertise is super
Yeah,
helpful because it's like, thank you for sharing all that
right,
information I don't have.
exactly. And I think that's where like it was helpful because we were bringing in people that had that expertise of like of the topic, and then obviously we still had to do the work, we still had to like go there and figure it out, but at the end of the day we only knew facts, we weren't in there, we weren't experiencing those topics or whatever the event or
Living it.
thing was, yeah, living it. So that's always nice, but as you can see, like it's a little complicated because now we're down to two, like,
It's
but just
just
for a little
complicated.
bit, it's
Yes.
momentary.
Well, we think Dunny needs a break. We don't know for sure
I'm
her
I know it's a
plan.
break. I know it's a break. Dunny has
Yeah.
so much to offer, and I mean, it's just complicated. Like she'll get back. She'll get back. It's just complicated right now for her, and it happens. It's normal. It's
And
normal. We all need a break.
we have to give them space, Michelle, to take that break so that they can come back stronger. Okay? Let her breathe.
It's okay. She'll be fine. She'll come
So
back in January.
I don't know if you guys have been in the loop with our Instagram account where we kind of post updates, and Dunny's trying to tell us like, "Hey, I need a break. Please, I'm drowning. I need a break." Michelle's like, "You're fine, sweetie.
You're okay.
You're
Grow up.
okay. Get it together."
Grow up.
It's like, okay, Michelle. But no, I do think Dunny deserves a break. And I also think that we can still make it work where she's kind of like showing up sometimes if
I
she
agree.
wants to,
I agree.
but she's gonna have to want to. So stay tuned. Follow us on Instagram. That's the only place you'll see Dunny for the next, I don't know how long, because she
Like
doesn't know how
3 months.
long.
She'll be back in January. She'll be
You
back in
think
January.
so? I don't
I
think
think
so.
so. Because then she's done with school. Hooray. Congratulations.
Yay.
And then
I
that
think she'll
leaves
be
some
back.
space.
I think she'll be back in April.
And then she can like deliver her experience and like, what she's been up to.
I think we should do a vote.
You know what? Not January. You know why? Because she always has a lot of events going on. So maybe
She's
like
gonna be Christmas
February.
overwhelmed. It's April.
Yeah. Yeah. Holidays and all of that. So definitely around like February. And that'll
So
probably
you
be like, we'll be done with our season around December, I think. And then she'll be back for season 3.
all right, we're gonna take a vote with all of our guests, aka our followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
Do you think Danny will be back in February 2025 or April 2025? And the reason
2025? Do you hear yourself? 2025. Isn't that crazy?
that
Isn't
is
that
crazy.
crazy?
That's really crazy.
We've literally
Um,
been podcasting for 4 years.
no way. We started when?
2021, no? Oh,
I don't know.
2022.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So 3 years,
That's still a lot. It feels like wow.
right?
That's a lot of change within 3 years. Like we've done
Yeah.
too much and now we're here still trying to figure it out. So that's
It's
crazy.
okay. I mean, it happens. We didn't
Yeah,
really come from a podcast family, so
you're right. We're learning as we go. Um, and the wait, I want to give some backup as why I think it's going to be April and not
okay.
February. Maybe February, definitely not January because Dunny is going to be freshly graduated, fully done with her responsibilities of school, which is overwhelming. Then she's going to have that overload of Christmas time, January vibes. And then in February, she's going to start thinking about getting back on the podcast. And then it's going to take her about 2 months to kind of be like, okay, guys, fine, I'm ready. So it's April 2025. Woo! Vote
I don't know.
April.
I don't know because I don't know about April because then that's why I feel when I feel like she's getting ready for
The
well,
May
January,
birthdays.
yeah, the May birthdays, but like her daughter's birthday. So then it's like, oh my God, I'm so busy. So like definitely February because then she'll be done. She'll be done with like Mel's birthday, the holidays. Can you stop it with that like clicking, clacking? That thing was so loud. Our poor listeners.
If you're on Spotify, I have this cup of mud water. Do you guys know what that is? I talk about it all the time on the
It's
Instagram,
literally
so go follow us.
she goes in her backyard. Listen to this. She goes in her backyard and she has this little area in her garden that she like just scoops up some of that mud, the fertilize, and she drink. Can
I add
someone
some
please
water
tell
to
this
it.
girl that there's chemicals in fertilizer? She doesn't want to listen to us. She is just being Fernanda.
Mm, so healthy. But no, it's not
Yeah,
that. It's mud water. It's like super healthy for you. It has all these adaptogens and mushrooms and all that. So
as she's drinking it and coughing, that sounds so
it went down
healthy.
the wrong throat because I was laughing at your funny comment.
Mhm. I'm
All right.
hilarious. Boom, boom,
So I'm a
boom.
big fan of break having because I remember when I needed a break from you guys because y'all were a lot. But also I had a lot going on in my life. So I was like, I need this to not be part of my life for a little bit. And it was quick, but I did take a break. And being able to take a break is helpful. I think the pressure of not being able to break is stressful. And I think that's with like many things in life, which is why working a 9 to 5 is for some people, right? Some people love that routine, but for some people, it's also like stressful because I guess your breaks are on the weekends, but if you ever need a break within, yeah, I mean, take your PTO day or whatever. But I don't know. I just feel like breaks are helpful, even in hard times of life. Do you ever take breaks, Michelle?
Not really.
I feel like you're taking a break right now.
Am I?
Yeah, like life break,
Yeah, I mean,
work from
I
home.
guess. Yeah, you could say that. I mean, I like to take a break. I like to, but then when I take a break, I'm like, you know what? My breaks right now are usually um my breaks are usually when Liv is sleeping because then when she sleeps, then I'm just like downtime. I don't
And
really
what do
do
you do on
anything.
your breaks?
I just like sit down, maybe take a nap.
Work on content.
Yeah, but sometimes it's already done, so like I don't really have to. It's like pre-scheduled, you know?
Yeah.
So like
You
I
just do
might
nothing?
catch up, like I might do phone calls since she's sleeping, but then it's like little things. Like I won't take up her whole nap time. So I usually just have my time to do whatever I need to. Or if I'm like if I feel like I haven't organized enough, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do that really quick while she's sleeping and then I'm just going to go sit down and do nothing.
She's like, you ain't having a break right now, mom.
Yeah, she's like, "No, we're not doing this." But I don't
Um,
know. I feel like yeah,
but I
especially
feel
when Danny's home. Like cuz he's and I think it goes to the part because he's working during the week like then I'm doing stuff, but mainly I just want to get it done so that
it's
on
okay.
the weekend when he's home and he's taking a break, I want to take a break too. You know
Mm.
what I mean? So I'm like, I get everything I need to done during the week, and then during the weekend, he's like laying back, chilling, watching TV. I'm gonna lay back and chill and watch TV too.
Um, that's a micro. I feel like you're talking about micro breaks,
Mm.
which is like on a day-to-day break. Like, you get a little break here, you get a little break there, especially if you have a baby at home. That's like a little break. But how about like big breaks? Like I think you're taking one now being a stay-at-home. Like I feel like if you were working, a working mom, you wouldn't feel like you had breaks. You wouldn't feel like during Olivia's nap time you're going to have little breaks because Olivia would probably be at daycare and you'd be working. And so I feel like this whole moment in your life is like, and it could be everlasting or whatever, but
Yeah.
like that's a big break
Oh,
to
no,
not
no,
have
no.
to worry about income.
Yeah.
That's nice.
No, no, yes, this is a big break. When it comes to work, to be honest, like it's not like you don't get a break from life because you're a stay at home. You know what I mean? Like everybody thinks that their problems are solved once they like stop working, and it's like, no, not
There are
necessarily.
new problems
Yeah,
now.
there's other problems. Well, she didn't want to hear you.
Oh,
You scared her.
what? I didn't even
She
say
said
anything.
problems.
Uh, I feel like I took a big break from the leap from the 9 to 5 to my own business. I took like a year's worth, and I still worked, but it felt like a break. Like I was, and it's funny because my break is being able to be a mom. Is that weird?
Hmm.
So like I was able to pick up my daughter. I was able to drop her off. I was able to join the pack. I was able to do so much because I had the break of flexibility. So time freedom, I guess, in a little bit. And yes, that does, there's pros and cons where like I was obviously making a sustainable amount every single month with a full-time job. And now it's kind of like some months are great, some months are not great. Um, but it's, I think without that break of me being frustrated, and breaks aren't always awesome. It was frustrations and confusion, but like I was able to like breathe and think and figure it out, which is nice. So Dunny
Hmm.
is breathing and figuring it out, and that's great, and I love that for her.
So being out of the podcast, she's breathing and figuring it out.
Yeah, because it's one less thing she has to worry about. Michelle doesn't believe it.
I don't believe
Michelle,
it.
tell us what you really think, huh?
I don't
Tell
believe
us what
it.
you really
I think you
think,
need to
huh?
grow up.
Ooh, ooh.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right, we're
She's
not
doing
gonna.
she okay. Again, I don't think that the podcast is really that serious anymore. And you know why? I think because I'm comparing it to what it was before. What it was before, it was intense. Like we had stuff to put together every single time. We had the
Yeah,
backgrounds. It was like a whole different like dynamic. And we were
yeah.
recording. There was a point where we were recording like we were getting together 3 times a week, and we already one time a week is enough for us to be all together, just in general. And but we were meeting one day, I think it was like a Wednesday, and then we were recording on a Friday, and we were recording on a Sunday. So like, and at the time, Dunny's kids were like a year old.
She got it.
And I was living my best life. My kids are grown. Fernando's kids grown. We were like, yeah, let's do this. Ah.
And then Michelle has a baby.
And then I had a baby. I mean, I'm still doing it, but actually, no, I stopped working as a teacher, which was like a full time job, like extreme full time job. But I don't know. I wouldn't say like I didn't have time for anything else. Like, I feel like, I mean, I had really clear boundaries when it came to my timing and like what I needed for myself. So that's why it wasn't as stressful,
Right.
I would say.
Yeah. But let her do her thing. Let it go, Michelle. Okay. Donnie, see you in April
Let it
2025
go.
or February 2025.
February 2025.
All right.
No excuses.
All right. So the topic that we wanted to talk about today on this podcast, we actually already did a podcast episode on it, but the mic sounded crazy, so we had to redo it. And
That was a
I
funny one
actually,
too.
and it's funny, I have an update for you because of the podcast episode. So we talked about lurking. And I be lurking. I lurk and I'm proud. I don't care enough about it. Michelle thinks it's so outrageous that I lurk and that
It's
people
not
lurk.
that it's out, it's just like grow up. You know what I mean? Like, why are you how old are we? Like, just go.
What is lurking to you?
Lurking is like not following someone and peeping on their page.
Once in a
Like,
while?
not even, no, like more than once. Like, if you did it once, okay, like you're like, "Oh, like who is this?" You see
Not
their page, you
interested,
skim
don't
through, not
follow.
interested, keep going, right? But if you're going back like more than once, and it doesn't even have to be like 24/7. If you're going back once, more than once, go follow, because like what? Like, I just think that like we're too old for this. Grow up. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, grow up. And Fernanda
So
did.
so the options are either um look and follow
Mhm.
or don't look, don't follow.
Yeah.
Okay. My argument is that I don't want to follow them. I don't want to be updated on their lives. I want to look when I want to look and see what they're up to when I feel like it.
That's
So,
lurking.
yeah, I know. I said I lurk. I'm
Oh,
okay with it. There are certain people I don't want to follow. I don't want to see that often. Like I don't want it to pop up on my feed. I don't want it to look on my store. I don't want that. I also usually don't like them. As like I don't want to associate with them. Like
so
I don't
don't
like
lurk.
I'm curious. I want to know what they're up to, and some of them are good content creators, and I like that
So
stuff.
then follow them, because if you enjoy their content, then
I
like
don't
you
enjoy
need to
their
support.
content. É curiosa, sou curiosa. That's all.
Então,
So
like,
I'll stop
coisa
looking.
feia. Yeah,
I'll
stop
stop looking.
looking. Honestly, truly, honestly.
One of the girls I used to lurk, and I was like, not gonna follow her. Well, what? I wasn't gonna follow her for a reason. I couldn't follow her. So I used to lurk through our podcast page, and I ended up following her after our conversation because I was like, I like her content. Like I actually like appreciate this kind of content. It's like food and recipes, and I'm like,
Mhm.
value. I'll do that. The other ones are more of like I'm just curious. I'm just being fofoquera for myself. I'm like, what is she up to? But there's no value in her content, so like I'm not gonna follow them. But
Yeah, but then there's no reason to lurk. Like, they're just
that's this toxic side of me.
that cup.
Is it that loud?
Yeah, it's like clink, 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 clink.
I'm almost done if it helps.
No, it doesn't. It just shake the cup without the spoon.
No, because the mud doesn't mix in enough if I don't have the spoon.
Fernanda. That's Fernanda for you guys. Obnoxious. No.
Oops.
No, but I do think that if you lurk, grow up. And if you are going to, I don't know, like just grow up.
There's no one that you're like curious about that you don't really like enough to follow, but like you want to know what they're doing.
No, if I am, I follow them. Eu sou cara de pau. Like, I will just follow you.
Hmm. I'm not doing it. But maybe I'll stop lurking. Maybe I'll stop. I won't follow, but
Like,
maybe I'll stop looking.
if I want to get an update on someone that I haven't really seen on my feed, it's usually people that I like,
You follow.
that I follow. And then I like search them up and I look at their stuff, and I like, I'm going on their page, so I just like it. I don't even care if it's something that's old that I just like seen and I liked. I'm like, yeah, I'm on your page. You put stuff on social media for people to look at, so you know what I mean?
Yeah. And what's the reason that we talked about lurking? Give us the background about it. Michelle brought this up on the chat,
Lurking?
and I'm like,
That's a great I kind of forgot, but I do remember
because
it was
someone.
someone was lurking or something.
Yeah.
Someone was lurking on my page,
And she was
but
so offended. Oh my gosh.
yeah, but like wasn't supporting, and it was like, was it that?
Yeah. Someone, she
Something
might
like
have
that.
even like commented or something, and you went to check if she follows you, and you were like, wow, why are you in my
Oh,
stuff?
yes. Yes, 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 yes. So so someone was
We
so
we won't say
I
names.
recently went public and like, go support. So I recently went public after like years of making content and being on private. So then there was someone who engaged with my stories. Now, okay, if it's a reel, like obviously it might show up somewhere. So you go there, whatever. Doesn't matter if you're following me. But then when you go into my stories, you did a little effort to get into the stories. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know. Just nod. I know you're nodding. So
I
um they
I got an
went and then
argument.
they interacted with why the stories pop up anywhere else unless you
No, but if I'm looking at someone's reel and I'm like, oh shit, it's Michelle. Let me go check it out. I go on your page. I look at your stories. It comes from the reel.
right, but then like go follow if you're gonna like start going in there. You know what I mean? Like so anyways,
Michelle.
they interacted with my story. And honestly, when I look at the percentages, a lot of people who don't follow me are always looking at my stories, by the way. Um so they went and they interacted with my wow, I'm taking forever. They went and they interacted with my story. And then I was like, "Oh my god, I didn't know that this person followed me." And then I went on their page or no, did I go on their page or I went on I don't know what it was. But then I checked and they're not following me. And I was like, and it wasn't even someone that like it's like a random person. It's someone I know. And I'm like, "Why?
Haters
Why?"
gonna hate,
And
Michelle.
then, but I don't know because I don't understand. I was about to message them because like I opened up a Facebook page and they were one of the first people who sent me a friend request. And I was like, "What?" Like, whatever. Anyways,
Yeah.
I was over it. I even forgot about the story. I don't even care. But I'm glad you brought it up because like why why what? Like grow up, you
So
know?
it's okay. So me going on someone's page that I don't follow and putting on that effort to go look is childish. But you checking people who follow you and engage with your stories if they follow
That
you
wasn't
isn't.
no, it wasn't that. I don't go on and I'm like, "Oh my god, everybody who looks at my story, do you follow me? Do you follow me?" No. It was like, "Oh, this person follows me? Like I didn't even know they had an Instagram. Oh my god." Like and it was like, "Wait, I didn't even know you had an Instagram. Like, wait, what? Like you're on my stuff? Like I'm confused." And then I checked. I don't do that with everybody. Like, yeah, let me look at my 300 followers and like, does everybody follow me? Like, no,
So I
that's not the
hate to
vibe.
break this to you. Some people go on people's pages and they look at their stuff and they don't follow either because they don't
They don't
like
like,
you or they don't like your content.
yo, that don't like me part. Apparently, I got beef with a lot of people.
Do you? I'm
Apparently,
like, you
every
don't
time
even
I
step
approach people, I'm like,
outside.
hey, like, what, like,
Oh,
again, it was so cottage pal. Like, I'm kind of upfront when I ask people, and I'm like, hey, like, oh, I thought you didn't like me or something, and I was like, what?
yeah, it's your what's it called? Rest bitching face, bitch resting
Yes,
face.
it's yeah, Danny's
For sure. You
ex.
get to places and you're
No, I'm not.
like chill.
I'm like, just like say
You're
hi
like
or whatever.
you're like this. Look, you're like this.
No,
Yeah. You're
no.
like that. Yeah.
But that's just that I'm smiling. I'm being kind.
No,
I
but you're
could I could have just not
like
smiled.
press smile. This is smiling. Oh hey.
Yeah, but even if
Cheese.
I'm like that, apparently I don't like people. Anyways,
No,
oh,
that's not true.
there's
I've been in
there's
public
stories.
with you and I know what is like. I'm like, she's nice, I promise, guys. I don't know why she's acting like that.
People are sensitive. Yo, grow up. Honestly, all of you, grow up. Grow up. Like, how old are we? I'm offended because she gave me a resting bitch face. Shut up.
Michelle, maybe you're the problem.
I'm not the problem. I can assure you I'm not the problem. If you
Okay.
were my friend, you would know I'm not the problem. You guys have a perception of me because you don't know me, and that's okay. I'm not offended by it. But like, no. Don't sit here and act like I have a problem with you. I don't have a problem with absolutely nobody. That part is really annoying to me because I'm like, I'm not, if you know me, I don't care. I don't
She
care.
doesn't. She doesn't care.
I'm like,
Only
what?
when she does. Then she does.
Then I care hard.
Yeah. For the people she cares about, she cares. For anyone else, she does not at all. 0%.
Yeah,
Which is
like
why she doesn't lurk. She just
yeah,
follows people.
I just follow you. Uh-huh. And then I unfollowed people. And the girls
Why?
were like, "So you're gonna stop lurking? You're not gonna lurk or whatever?" And then I was like, "No, for what? I unfollowed them for a reason.
Dang.
I'm making a statement. I'm not here to check on your stuff. I'm done. The relationship is over."
So what do you think about Finstas? It's a very big thing in the what is it?
Fake
What's the
Instagram?
next generation after us? No, fake Insta. Yeah. So like a lot of our cousins, Rebecca, Jenny, all of them, maybe even Caro, she might be a little too old, but like 16-year-olds, 17, 18 now.
Yeah.
Ever since they had social media, I remember they used to be like, "Oh, that's my Finsta." And I'm like, "Okay, what? What's your
What?
Insta?" Even Rafaela, that's now in Brazil, like, "That's my Finsta." And I'm like,
For
"Can I
what?
follow your Insta?" Everyone has two, their Instagram and their Finsta, and their
I
Finsta's like,
noticed that. My sister had something like that too.
yeah. And I'm like, I don't understand what any of this
And it's like
is.
not their face. It's like them, but it's not their
No, it's
face.
like their hand peace sign, just this right here. That's their Finsta.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know what it is. I don't know who it's for. I don't know what the purpose of it. That's a good thing to talk about, maybe. Understanding the younger generations and their unnecessary need to create multiple accounts and take up social media space for no reason because they don't post on either. But,
That
whatever.
part.
Yeah, and
Interesting.
like their Finsta, oh, I know one thing. For their Finsta, they let their parents follow it and then not their Insta. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Okay. So okay.
maybe.
Well, I mean, I guess that now that makes sense, right, Fernanda? I don't think it takes two to like
Yeah, but
really
I
put
don't
that.
think, just
They
don't
put
add your
things they're not supposed
parents.
to on their actual one and then on their Finsta, it's like
Poop.
and then as they get older, I notice this because our cousins are doing this. As they get older, they no longer use the Finstas. They use their
Their
actual page because now
Insta.
they're grown, so
I
their
do what
parents
I
can
want.
see what they do. So
Maybe because then we got close friends. That's what I would do. I would just use my
my
close
sister has me
friends.
blocked on her things, and I only found out because she started
What is
following
she
me.
doing?
Right. She like it's like I just can't see her what she posts. So I only found that out, Caro. I only found that out because I added my new page and she started following me. And then because obviously I'm not like, whatever. I was like, she
Okay,
posts stuff?
supportive sister.
Yeah, but like she posts things on her page. I never see it on my my actual like private page. And then I see it and I'm like, oh, okay, so you got me liked. Okay. Who do you think I am? I go out telling people your stuff?
Do you block people?
No. Like,
Hmm.
unless it's a weirdo. I don't block.
Yo,
I,
facts. I
I
had to
don't
block
associate with
weirdos
you. I don't
before.
associate with you. It's not that serious. That's it. That's it.
Dang, I can't even ask you questions like relationship, like blocking in relationships because you've been married since you've been like 18.
What's the question?
Like, do you block, like when break up with someone, do you block them? You
Let
wouldn't
me see.
know because you
MySpace
never.
days. Yeah, right. I never really dated.
Yeah,
Um,
right. Never. You don't got to
I
answer because you don't have
never
an
like
answer.
even back then, like when MySpace or Coochie and
It's
stuff like that.
different. It's different though.
No, you could block
Yeah.
people back then.
Yeah, but emotion. I'm talking like emotionally. I think like I don't really be blocking people unless they're weirdos too, or unless relationship. But
No,
even
I
then,
feel like when I was younger with my boyfriends, with my ex boyfriends, I never like blocked them. I was still their friends on social media. Like, yeah, look what you missed out on, nigga. No,
no,
I'm
that's confident.
just kidding. They be
That's
so-
how much be posting that cute pics of her outfits.
Who? Oh, my outfits, hilarious. My mom outfits, love it.
I like your outfits. Very cutesy.
Oh, thanks. Very mom like. It's not like
Yeah.
fashionista or anything. I don't want people to like think that like I post because I'm trying to be a fashion. I'm not at all. Actually, you guys are completely taking it the wrong way. I'm not. I'm not going to fucking stores and
I'm
posing in
gonna
front of mirrors with different outfits.
I'm gonna look at Michelle right now, her story. So yeah, very cutesy.
My
Oh,
story.
I mean your feed. She has a lot of face, Olivia looking cute, and her cute outfits. I actually want to help you organize your content so it makes like super easy to
Yo,
deal with.
Fernanda's so annoying.
I be trying to help, and then there are people like Michelle in the world who like hate that about me, and I'm like,
Don't
okay,
care.
stay
She
away
helps
from
with
me.
too much. I'm like, all right, like I care, not that like I don't like. Okay, I'll get some feedback, but like I'm not gonna sit here and like do a whole thing.
That's the thing with Michelle that annoys me because like if you're gonna do something, do it right. And especially when you're trying to make money out of content creation, do it
Well,
right.
no, not really. I'm not trying to make money. I just like
But
enjoy
obviously
it.
that would
Like
be ideal.
if like people reach out to me and it's like, "Oh, yeah, whatever." And then I'm like, "Okay, cool, 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 cool." But like right now,
Michelle, can you reach for the stars, please? And then,
I'm not trying to get stressed out over like how
but
things work on
that's
my
a
page.
thing though. It's not, it would be less stressful because now you have a way to do it. Like you know what to do when, and like you 520 you're going to drop something new. Like it's just the only difference is that everything you're dropping is making sense. It's falling into a specific strategy in a sense. That's all. It's like you're going to have content pillars, a motherhood, lifestyle, whatever else you want to focus on. And then each month, you're going to have 5 of each content types. And then you're going to schedule them out throughout the month. And look, your life's easy and your content makes sense. And so when you're reaching out to, let's say, eventually you get to content creation and you're reaching out to, whether it's brands or whoever you want to work with, you have like, oh, here is my lifestyle content and here's how I do it. Organized, easy, boom. I love, and they're gonna say, "Wow, that's awesome! I love that. Can you make this with this hair product here?" And I want it like this, and you're gonna be like, "Yeah, sure." And then you do it, and now look, it's super easy. So that's all. That's all. But no, Fernanda's annoying. Fernanda shut the.
Is there a quote of the day?
Oh yeah, I'll do my favorite one. That's been my favorite one for this year. Ready?
Mm.
The way you do anything is the way you do everything. Think about it. Reflect on it.
Fernanda, you
Journal
know what
on it.
Fernanda's that like friend in the group that's like whack, and then she doesn't want you to make fun of her. Um, but like it's really hard to hold it in.
You know what's crazy? I don't understand what Michelle has against me.
That was
No,
great. That was a great quote.
no, don't be
That was a
joking.
great quote.
This is why Michelle's toxic and not the good friend. Because she is confusing. And I'm going to add something here. When I went to visit her in Florida this year,
Oh, her. Oh my God, look at her thinking this is a therapy session. Like they are not. Only Missy is probably the therapist.
all right, well, I'm going to explain something to them and
Go ahead.
explain why I don't understand this personality type of yours. I went to Florida, right?
Oh.
Visiting, first time since she moved from Connecticut. I'm all like, woohoo, right? And this girl's like, well, you're going to sleep outside. Well, there's nowhere for you to sleep. Well, right, and then the boys are like, "No, like we got a bunk bed. The bottom half is huge. You can sleep there, or you can sleep like we'll make a bed on the floor, or like we could sleep on the side. Everyone could sleep on the couch, or like 7 different ideas." And Michelle's like, "No, you could sleep outside." And I'm like, "Ha ha ha, Michelle, you're so funny, ha ha ha," right? Because like she's joking, but like that really doesn't feel like
You really think that I'm gonna let you sleep outside? Fernanda, pelo
obviously
amor
no.
de Deus, velho. Pelo amor de Deus.
Para.
You're
Obviously, no, 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 no. Go reflect on this too, because obviously not. I knew you weren't being serious, but the constant like, I'm like, Minion, if you don't want me to sleep over, just say it. Like, just
I would have told you, just like how I told you before, I didn't want you here.
okay.
What? Like, I literally said, yes, this is a good. She wanted to come earlier. She wanted to come like 2 weeks in after I had just moved, right? I was like, no, I'm not ready. And then in June, I was like, July or whatever. I was like, yeah, that's fine.
But you're gonna sleep outside.
Yeah,
Like,
seriously. Put some stress
anyways,
over there with you.
I've
Yeah.
learned that I have to get an Airbnb every time I go visit Michelle.
Yeah.
Just me and my daughter, even though we fit perfectly fine in the bunk bed, but
You
whatever.
could sleep on the couch outside too, but no, she wants to go get an Airbnb. So
Uh very annoying. And yeah, there's these
what is
constant
this? Guys, go ahead in the comments and go ahead and tell us. What does Fernanda sound
Please.
like? Go ahead. What does Fernanda sound like? Needy. I'll tell you guys. Just write it down. Needy. Needy. Needy.
Michelle's a
She thinks she's
bitch.
in a relationship with me.
Listen, Michelle, all I'm asking for is to be accepted for who I am. And you have a really hard doing a
Do
time
you
hard.
hear that? Like, I'm not your man. You could be whoever you want. I don't care.
Then stop shaming me.
I'm not. What are you talking
You
about?
called me whack of my dope ass quote. My quote was so deep. You could have been like,
It was. I literally was like, phew. And
you
then
know
like I
what?
was like, ha, she's that whack friend. Ha ha ha.
You
Not funny.
see?
It really
Confusing as
wasn't.
fuck.
That wasn't funny. That wasn't
All
funny.
right, and I'm gonna bring this book up again, and we're almost at 45, which is the perfect time to end a podcast. I'm
Perfect.
gonna bring a book up again. I bring this book multiple times throughout my life, honestly, but even this podcast. It's called. Michelle's heard this. She hasn't read it. It's her problem.
Four agreements.
The Four Agreements by Miguel Ruiz. And the first agreement, Michelle, of the Four Agreements is be impeccable with your words. Okay, ma'am.
Grow
I'm gonna
up.
send you.
Grow
No,
up.
you grow up and go read that book.
No,
Okay.
I read it already. You made us read it in the book club. Okay, I'm not reading it
No,
again.
you didn't. We didn't even discuss it. You
No,
read
but
it and we
we
didn't
read
talk
it.
about it.
I was reading
Nah.
it like, no shit, no shit. Like the whole book. I was like,
Yeah, you're still not
everybody's
impeccable with
so
your
woke
words.
about it. Everybody's like, oh my God, this book opened my eyes. And I'm like,
Yeah, you're still not impeccable with your words.
I'm absolutely impeccable with my words.
No, you're not. You're mean. Also, lastly, Michelle complimented me for the first time in like a year
Yeah, she did a
about
great job. Her dad's party, dope. That was like I was like heart-shaped mozzarella cheese. Wow.
yeah, and I posted a day in the life on our podcast, so everyone followed me for that. And you would think, right, because Michelle's so quick to shame me on the podcast story, you would think she would get on the podcast story and be like, "Yo, not for
I was
nothing,
going
Fernanda."
to, and I was like,
But
oh
no, that's
nah.
hard for her. But it's real easy for her to call me whack. So that's
Okay,
my problem with you.
listen. She said I was like, I'm gonna compliment her. I'm gonna anyways, I could have went on the podcast and been funny and like said some dumb stuff about her doing what she got to do, and I was like, yeah, no. She felt some type of way, and I told her I was gonna stop doing that, so I did. Okay, little steps, baby steps. Okay, I will be the person you want me to be. You hear that, guys? She wants me to be, but she wants me to accept her for who she is. So, this is
I
toxic. And would we be friends if we weren't cousins? Going back to
there's
episode 2 of our very first season.
not Michelle gaslighting me, but it's fine, guys. Let's wrap this up. I'm over this. I'm the
Yes.
problem. It's not Michelle's mean words. It's me. I shouldn't be offended by those mean words.
I
It's
never said you
me.
shouldn't. I never
Yeah,
said
you
you
said you told me
shouldn't.
to grow up, and
Yeah, but you
I'm
told me
not.
to grow up too. So it's okay. You grow up, I grow up. We grow up.
Nossa, essa Michelle. Okay, ciao. I'm out. I'm hanging up.
All right, guys. So we will see you guys next episode. I think it's what episode 7 is the next one.
Yes, this is 6, right?
I think so.
Okay.
All right, guys. See you later. Bye.
Peace.